So anyways, and we moved on from there to Nazo Puyo, which is the puzzle game, basically the puzzle game version of Puyo Puyo. We moved on and showed off some cool arcade P-Cross stuff. And now we're moving into the part of the stream where we're getting into some slightly more obscure territory. Most of you guys probably know P-Cross and Puyo Puyo. I would bet that most of you don't know the games that we're going to be covering right here. So for starters, we're kind of in P-Cross adjacent territory right here. If I can actually find the game. So this one is called Hatena Satena. Hatena Satena. And it's, yeah, similar. It looks like P-Cross at first glance. Oh, you know what? I just realized I don't have a... shit, I don't have a Game Boy Advance setting on my stream. I think the resolution's about the same. Is this gonna work? Oof. Oof. What do we do here? Okay, we will make do. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna keep it in MAME mode, and we're gonna have this guy fit. It's a bit... Oh, wow, that's huge. Yeah, this is the first time I've ever... Apparently, this is the first time I've ever played a GBA game on stream here. We're gonna have to shrink that down a little bit. I didn't realize that GBA resolution was so wide. That'll have to do for now. Apologies for the blue background. I will get a proper GBA stream set up at some point in the future. I don't know if I've given you guys my rant about the dark ages of 2D classic style gaming, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of portable games in general, but they're really good for this type of... oh, also, do I have the... Are we set up correctly? Okay. I don't like action games on the GBA in general, but the turn-based stuff, like, you know, puzzle and strategy games, there's actually a really solid selection to choose from. Anyway, so this is Hatena Satena. It's got kind of an alien theme going on here, where you're basically trying to help out various aliens do various things on Earth. There's actually a heavy story element in this game, and since it's all in Japanese, we're going to be spending a lot of time just scrolling through text. Here she's explaining the rules to us. Which is... Okay, we can't skip this. This is kind of the biggest downside of this game. I really, really like it, but the big downside is that there's a lot of unskippable cutscenes because it is kind of story-driven. None of this is really going to make sense anyways, because, yeah. Oh, L plus R equals exit. Only not, because they're lying to us. Scrup no S. Oh, come on. There we go. So first up, the menu is fucked up. So honestly, even if this were translated to English, I think it would still be difficult to navigate. But basically, I think this is managing your save data up here, or something like that. I don't actually know. The important bits are these four characters here. These are your different story modes. So you can shoot him, and this brings up your save data screen. I think this is new game, load, and reset your save. Or no, this brings up the, yeah, collection. No, this is continue, this is clear, this is redo a puzzle that you solved already. These are all blocked off for us, because we have not yet completed his story mode. So there are four modes to go through, and each of them, or four stories to go through, and each of them has kind of a little variant on the basic rules of the game. Speaking of which, this one in the center is just a big collection of puzzles for you to work through. which I will use here to explain the rules. So this is, yeah, basically it's like Color P-Cross crossed with Minesweeper. So yeah, you can hit the B button to change your color, and sure enough, you can see, yeah, there's 5 red panels here. And once again, I played this in Japanese with like no instructions or anything the first time I tried it. It has, and just like in Minesweeper, it has an autofill feature where if you, and so yeah, you can see if I highlight a thing, it says, oh, there's 1 other red panel connected to this. That's this guy here. There's 2 red panels connected to this. That little, yeah, dialog box that pops up saying 2. The 4s it doesn't bother with. If there's a 4, it'll just autofill for you and then cascade from there. Again, very similar to Minesweeper. Same with these corner bits here. This one's completely surrounded, so it autofills for you. Then you got these ones and these ones. The thing that tripped me up when I was trying to learn how to play these is that it's not like P-Cross in that the distribution of the colors along the rows is not told to you by the clue. So, for example, now we got 3 colors to work with. So you can see here, it's like, oh, it's 3 and then 2. That's easy, so we got 3 orange and 2 brown. That's a mistake, because they aren't grouped by, yeah, they're not sequential, exactly. It just tells you the number of that color that are in there. So you got easy clears here, there's a brown. And honestly, when I was learning to play this game, I got through it not even realizing the rules for a while. Like, I thought this was all there was to it, was you just make your deductions based on the number that it tells you for the amount of each color in each row. It wasn't until later that I figured out the whole Minesweeper aspect, where it tells you how many are adjacent to each panel. There's an option you can flip, which I think should be enabled by default, frankly, but you'll have to trigger it for every puzzle. Let's do a big puzzle. Damn it. Let's do a 10 by 10 so we can kind of show this off. Also, it's still a bit quiet for some reason. Okay, so we get our start here. Oh, this is for like entering hypothetical mode, where you can kind of flag stuff consequence-free and kind of work out your deductions that way. Then we've got our clues there. I'll come to that in a second. So we can see this one's just a full 10. That'll autofill most of that for us. We get to see these stupid animations play out every time we get a big one. Okay, so what you'll want to do pretty much every puzzle. So this tells you... This enables the clues that tell you the adjacency of each color panel. So we turn on the 1s, 2s, and 3s, and now it'll actually fill in the numbers, giving us the Minesweeper clues. So now we know... Yeah, normally you have to cursor over those to get that. So, oh, it's 3, but no, I want those numbers enabled all the time. And now we enter, yeah, it's kind of Minesweeper style solving. So we got 3 adjacent to this one. We got this one solved already, so it's not going to be that one. So we go down this way. This one, we got 2 adjacent to this one. There's no more in this row, and there's more in this one, or no more in this column, so it's got to be here. Now, for these basic puzzles, you don't really even need to care about adjacency at all. You can pretty much solve them just by going based on the amount of color in each row, and that's pretty basic. But later on, you start to see some real complicated puzzles, like the... And again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play far enough into this game to just show that off for you guys, but there's some really advanced deductions. Like, there are puzzles in this game that I was convinced required guesswork to get through, just because they were so... It's like I just got stuck constantly on some of the later puzzles in this game. But once you kind of really grasp just everything that you can get out of the information that they give you here, then you can, yeah, make some really sort of complex deductions based on that. We're going to go into story mode now and do some more basic puzzles, however. I guess this is new game? No. Okay, this is new game, this is load game. We haven't made a new game yet, so yeah, there we go. And so yeah, no idea what the fuck's going on with any of this. There we go. assuming this guy is exit. Oh. What the hell, my phone's not making noise. Oh, I flipped the stupid switch. Oh, seriously? No is the default option? As if I'm gonna make an error with my name half the time? But yeah, so there's some kind of story going around along here, and I like the style of this game. It's got a good, just cool vibe to it. I like the designs of all the characters. It's kind of reminiscent of almost like a Jet Set Radio type thing, or honestly, Sega put out a lot of games that looked like this at around this time. But yeah, I'm gonna grab my coffee. We can get to work on this. I actually never played the WarioWare games myself, but you're right that this is reminiscent of that style. Oy. So there's a couple mysteries yet in this game that I've yet to kind of figure out. So there's some weird kind of friendship or gifting system in this game that I don't really understand. It seems to be based on your performance in the puzzles, and I don't know exactly what triggers it, but basically if you do something, you'll get some bonus puzzles, and then if you solve the bonus puzzles, you'll end up giving your character a gift, and then that'll give him new, different animations that he can do when you make big solves, or big cascades of solved squares. So the first set of puzzles here are going to be really basic. Also, for these small puzzles, it's just the connection between what they look like and what they actually are just makes no sense. So that was a Band-Aid. That was not, in fact, a miniature sun, but a Band-Aid that we just made a picture of there. I have not played Postal 2. I'm kind of interested to try it, but I've never bothered to plunk down the cash for it. We got a lot of voice acting in these crappy little, like, 16-bit style Japanese games. I think almost, in fact, I think every single game I've played so far on stream today has had voice acting. Oh, and just like that, yeah, we did super good on that puzzle or something like that. So we got a gift. So this is a bonus puzzle, and I don't know strictly what triggers these. Okay, so now we get to see some of the deductions. So here, these two color columns are kind of an excellent starting point when you get to the tougher puzzles that don't have single color ones. So we got green, yellow here. So anything that doesn't have green or yellow in the row, you can fill in. So these two don't have green in them, so it's got to be the yellow. And we got a big cascade, so he gives us an animation. Oh yeah, you can just hit the A there, and then that'll fill them all in for you. So yeah, we know that there's two here, so we can fill that in. There's no more on this row, so we can just keep going up like this. Again, this is another one of those games that was mostly a background activity for me, so I don't actually... This is honestly my first time really hearing a lot of the music and sound in this game. I would generally have it muted and listen to podcasts or whatever when I used to play this. Like, they're going pure 8-bit with the style here, too. Like, this is a Game Boy Advance game, but it sounds like a NES game or something, which I guess is the overall aesthetic. Like, if you look at the way they present the menus outside of the puzzles and everything, yeah, that's the vibe they're going for. And then, yeah, once again, just like in P-Cross, once you get to the end, it's just kind of rote from there. The advanced puzzles in this game are so cool. I kind of regret that we're probably not going to be able to play far enough today to show them off. Anyway, so that's the gifting system. And so instead of just jumping up and down all the time whenever we trigger animation in a puzzle, now sometimes he'll be playing the maracas. And so we've got that now too. There are 5 gifts that you can get for each character over the course of the story, but you can miss them. And I don't know, again, I don't know what trigger is getting them or missing them. So you can end up in situations where you play to the end of the story and you miss a gift. And you actually have to replay the story from the very beginning to try and trigger it to get them all. Anyways, we're not going to show off all of this, but I am going to show off the other characters, because the cool thing in here is each of the other characters has a little quirk or a little wrinkle that they add to the basic puzzle mechanics of the game. I mean, I don't see why you can't have both in one game. So yeah, here we're dating this weird pink spike head thing. Yeah, they do a really good job with even, you know, not being able to read the text. The characterization of the different aliens comes across really well just in the artwork and the music and voices and everything. This guy, I know just from playing the game that he's got kind of a mischievous streak in him. This one's a bit of a troublemaker. Now, we might actually have to play through this guy's entire first set of puzzles to reveal the twist here. Yeah, I just really like the style of these characters. Who makes this game, anyways? Is it Compile? I should have paid attention to that. Yeah, what kind of showcase stream is this where I don't even know... Or I think this is Hudson. Yeah, this is a Hudson game, I think. Something like that. We're gonna... Anyways, in general, we're gonna be seeing a lot of Compile today, but, so that was a pretty basic one. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to play through the whole first round of puzzles to uncover the twist here. I don't quite remember what it was. I think this is the one where you can... I think this guy gives you empty panels sometimes. So sometimes the row will be incomplete. Like you'll have spaces, you'll have blank spaces in a puzzle solution that you'll need to leave blank. Or maybe it was the next girl who added that. I'm actually going to ignore that, and we're just going to play through these introductory puzzles here. Or maybe this guy was just nothing. Maybe it's just the blue alien is the easy starting puzzles, and the pink alien is the standard rules, but with more difficult puzzles. Might have been something like that. Okay, so these white ones are easy to uncover. Also, gotta remember to trigger this every time. Oh, also one thing that always irks me in this game is that it's tough to distinguish the white, like the white panels, the white panels that you filled in with white, versus empty panels that you haven't filled in yet. I make that mistake all the time. Oh yeah, Honey Pop, now that you mention it, Honey Pop 2 is supposed to be coming out soon, isn't it? I would love to play that on stream, but yeah, it's against the law. Honey Pop is illegal on Twitch. Even the censored version, which is, yeah, weird to me. I played an embarrassing amount of Honey Pop back when that game came out. Honestly, any amount is embarrassing, as long as you play... If you play far enough to just unlock any of the erotic scenes, that's embarrassing in itself. But yeah, I saw all of them and basically 100%ed that game. I mean, I could just stream it on YouTube, too. That's a thing I've done before. is just, yeah, stream stuff on YouTube that I think would be against Twitch's terms of service. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about streaming to Pornhub. Also, that would mean that you guys would all know what my Pornhub account is, and I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that. I guess I'd obviously have to make a new account. Anyways, yeah, obviously I don't use my real account. Oh, so what is this picture? You have like 2 seconds to guess what this picture is. That's a butt. That's a farting butt. And actually, you can see how the things that you're drawing pictures of to solve the puzzles are kind of in line with the personalities of the characters that of the story characters. So yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff like farting butts and stink bombs and that kind of stuff. Honestly, I want to say that this was a Sega game, even though it wasn't. It really does have that, like a late 90s, early 2000s kind of Sega vibe going on here, just with the character designs and the music and all of that. So yeah, one of the simplest deductions you can make based on the numbers here is just if you've got a 3 that's next to a filled-in square, you can just kind of continue that along. Yeah, the biggest downside of this game is that it kind of takes a while to get to the good stuff. You have a lot of really easy puzzles that you just kind of have to work your way through, which was fine for me when I first picked up the game because I didn't actually know the rules, so it took me several puzzles to even figure out what the hell was going on with this game. Maybe I should have put a spoiler warning before this entire stream, just in case there's other people out there who like to pick up random Japanese puzzle games and try and see if they can reverse engineer the rule set. Yeah, I don't think this guy has a gimmick with his puzzles. So we're gonna exit out from him. So yeah. We're gonna go with, yeah, pink-haired alien waifu here. Who's, yeah, honestly really the least interesting character out of the lot, I'd say. She's the only one who's like even vaguely human-looking. Whereas the others are all these kinds of weird space aliens. She's just, yeah, a pink-haired anime girl in a stupid green, yeah, condom suit, basically. I will say this, as much as I, like I said, didn't play this game with the volume on for the most part when I first went through it, I remember her having all of the best music back when I first played this game. So I'm positive that she had a gimmick. We'll see how long it takes to get to it. Is that actual Japanese writing on the wall scroll behind her, or is that just weird alien writing? It looks like vaguely Japanese, but the lines are really thick, so it's kind of hard to make out. Like, it looks like that could be like some kanji at the bottom there, or it could be just like a weird... It looks like that someone's grabbing a pumpkin out of a claw machine, you know? In fact, I think that's actually what this is. This is a picture of a claw machine, and someone's grabbing a pumpkin out of it. See, there's the claw, there's the pumpkin, and then the claw is like dangling from the apparatus up top. So that's what that is. Let's just skip to the end. See if they give us any gimmicks on this one. There's no gimmicks for this first set of puzzles, but they are bigger than normal. Yeah, I really like this music here. Ooh, okay, so we got green-brown, but we've also got green-brown in all of the rows. Oh, we got brown, red, white. So anything without red or white we can fill in. And that gets us... Okay, so this is non-brown. We got 2 greens there. This one we can fill along the edge. Oh, so it's not brown because this one's satisfied already has its one adjacent, so it's non-brown. And there's no dark green in this column, so light green is the only one left. No more in this column, so we work our way right. Okay, and now we got something to work with. Again, white, brown, and all of these already. Man, just white, brown, oh, not here. Instead we got green, brown fucking it up. Oh, okay, but these filled in, got rid of some green. So yeah, these rows are completed with green now, so we can fill in the brown. That fills in brown for that column, so we can fill all this in. So these ones are done, which means non-brown next to them, which... Whoops. Oh, this is actually a feature of this game that I really like. So what happened there is... My finger slipped and I went over one panel from where I wanted to go, and the game... And so that panel that I just filled in there was not strictly deducible. The game considers that a guess, because I wasn't able to deduce that one from the information I had available to me. And the game notices it and flashes red at you. And that's actually going to show on your permanent record. This puzzle, if I go into like the log of all the puzzles, this one will show up as... Like, it won't do that again the next time I make a guess or make a wrong deduction. But yeah, if I go into the list of puzzles on the menu, this one will show up as, like, basically puts an asterisk next to it, saying, like, you didn't really solve it, you had to guess. Or you deduced wrong somewhere, which is a really cool feature. I wish that other puzzle games at least had that as an option. Like, yeah, what if P-Cross actually penalized you for guessing? Because, like, these puzzles are all solvable algorithmically. Like, there's nothing we're doing here that a computer can't just, like, whip up and deduce in a second. Like, yeah, it's trivially easy for a computer to solve these puzzles super quickly. So it's very easy for the computer to detect when you filled in something that you couldn't deduce logically. But I've never seen any other puzzle game, like, actually exploit that feature before. Just about done with brown here. And that's super helpful once you can just get an entire color cleared out from your palette. Just, yeah, dramatically simplifies the puzzle. This, like, in terms of just P-Cross, went early there. So if you really want to 100% this game and get, like, a perfect record on all the puzzles, you want to do them all with 0 strikes, within a certain time limit, and without any incorrect deductions or guesses. So, okay, yeah, we're not, or maybe the gift will do it. But basically, I distinctly... Okay, this is it right here. So that red dot here. So you can see we're a 10 by 10 puzzle, but the clues in this row only add up to 9. And that's because those dots indicate incomplete rows. So now we have rows and columns that do not... where you don't fill in all of the panels, and you want to leave some of them unfilled. Which is... doesn't... It's a bit tough to get your head around at first, but strictly speaking, it's actually not any different than just having an extra color that's the blank color. Like, you can simulate it like this. Like, for example, there's only 4 in this column of 10. But if we switch over to guess mode, or to try it out mode here, we can just fill these in with these symbols, so we know that these ones don't get filled in, and you can basically just paint them like any other square, so it doesn't really complicate things all that much. It's just kind of tough to get a handle on it at first. You'll see one of the other characters use those dots for other things that do get a fair bit trickier. In fact, now that I've shown this off, I'll probably go... Oh, I didn't see the red there. I'm an idiot. And so what happens here is, oh, so I know that's red, since I guessed wrong. Oh, apparently that was deducible, though. So sometimes it'll happen where you'll guess wrong and you'll get a strike. So, okay, I know that was wrong. I can fill it in with the other thing. And then you'll get penalized again because that thing you filled in wasn't strictly deducible, except by your wrong guess. And again, it's kind of just for style points. Like, basically, it just kind of shows on your permanent record. I'll actually show that off in a second here. Just the big list of puzzles. Once we're done with this one here. I don't know, is this boring for you guys? I had... This is mainly meant to be like kind of an exhibition of these different games, just kind of showing you what's out there and all of these, showing off all these different puzzle games that I really enjoyed, kind of suggesting that you maybe try them out if you're into this kind of stuff. I'm not really intending to do full playthroughs or whatever. This is more of a, demonstration than a full playthrough or anything. Oh, hey, for once it's a picture that I can actually kind of tell what it is. That is a unicycle. I mean, I will say this. She is the most generic character, just in terms of not being a weird-looking alien. She sure is adorable as all hell, though. Yep, that's the sound of a unicycle. Those damn kids revving up their... Or, not unicycle. What's... Not unicycle. What a... Scooter. Scooter. Roller scooter, or whatever. That's fair enough. This is probably the most interesting... So, okay, if you're not going to check out the VOD later on, I would also highly recommend a Game Boy Advance puzzle game called Guru Logic Champ, which is the next one that we're going to play once I'm done with Hatena Satena here. Oh, incidentally, I should probably spell that out in case anyone else is actually... If anyone's actually interested in checking this game out, this is what you type into Google to look for this one. So we go down here, and this is the list of all the puzzles in her story mode. So yeah, these are the ones in section 1, and so you can see we got some statistics over to the right there. That X means that I made a wrong guess somewhere. The 1 is the number of errors you made. I don't know what the center one is. What if we go to the blue alien? Or this guy, even. So if you ever want to redo puzzles or try again to go for a perfect score or whatever, yeah, you can see this is a perfect one here, 0, 0, circle. Yeah, you can redo them from here and not have to go through the whole story again. So there's one more alien we're going to show off here before... Oh yeah, what does this do? I don't even want to fuck with that. I have no idea what this is. Yeah, the menus are really tricky to navigate. I think this is just your tutorial. So this guy's a weird one in that he has different special gimmicks for every set of puzzles. Like he's got basically every story in the game is divided into, I think, 4 chapters, and every chapter in this guy's story has a different gimmick. So yeah, this is, kind of the final story. You get a bunch of, really messed up stuff going on with the puzzles here. I'm going to at least show off this guy's first gift, I think. Just because, yeah, there's some weird stuff going on with this alien. So on the one hand, this is kind of your, you know, kind of traditional alien design here. You know, your generic Martian. But they kind of did some other interesting stuff with this character. He turns into a star sometimes for some reason. And yeah, you can also see that kind of vertical line dividing his face, which will come into play in a minute here. Also, apparently his voice is like, I don't know, it's like high-pitched Darth Vader style breathing or something. Oh, you know what? I think maybe this guy has the best music, actually. I love this. Anyways, so we got yellow, blue. I actually don't know where to start on this one. Oh, here we go. Oh, never mind. We're gonna have to give him a gift before he'll open up. So I guess, yeah, spoiler alert in case you don't see it, but all of this guy's gifts that you can give him revolve around food, and what happens when you get a gift animation out of him is he, like, opens up his face, like, kind of splits in half along that gray line in the center of his face, and then he, like, it, like, reveals a black hole that swallows up a bunch of food. It's kind of cool looking, but I don't know if we'll end up playing enough of this to, show it off. Man, so it's like intuitively I know that this is the configuration here, but I can't strictly deduce it logically. Oh wow, we got like beatboxing going on in the background music here too. Oh, it's the wrong color. I think I might actually have... This is really good music here. I don't know if it's just me. Is this just my style? I'm gonna have to put this in the great music playlist over on YouTube after this. Oh yeah, there's no blues here. And so those are fulfilled, so we know it's blue up here. Is there anything else we can figure out here? Oh yeah, so now that's blues, so these are whites. This one's non-white, so we go this way, fill in the blue. Yeah, so basically once you get to the trickier puzzles, it's a lot more of doing this Minesweeper type stuff, where you're reading the numbers as opposed to reading the row clues all the time. So this is non-blue, so we got orange. No orange, so it's purple. Non-purple, but no. Okay, so this one's non-white, so it's blue or dark blue. We got both. Okay, this will probably let us finish off the yellows here. Okay, so that helps us a fair bit. That little psh there just keeps cracking me up. Yeah, there's nothing else really we can do there. Oh! Okay, so we got no dark blue, and we got no light blue, so this has got to be purple. Okay, good stuff. So that means this row is pretty much done. Which means this column is pretty much done. Okay, I think we got this one locked in now. Ooh, I was about to jump the gun there. I didn't realize there was this much more orange left in the puzzle. So this is non-white. Yeah, basically orange is almost done. All the stuff in the center we can just ignore orange. So this is non-white, which means we get this and this. So we got no blues here, which means that's white. Non-purple means this one. Actually, we've got this row sewn up now too, I think. Because, yeah, there's only 2 colors here. 2-color rows are pretty easy to solve when you've got... In fact, I think, strictly speaking, you've solved a 2-color row if you have an adjacent row also cleared. Oh, wait, there's no white here, so, yeah. Obviously that. And this... Honestly, I think these kinds of simple, relaxing... Oh, fuck, we're running out of time. Jesus. Okay, I was just about to talk about, yeah, these simple, relaxing puzzle games would be good for, you know, like, just chatting type streams where I have some leisure time to just, mindlessly solve puzzles while I converse with you guys. But no, we're actually on a pretty strict time limit on this one. I think we've got it. Or we're gonna get it. Don't think I've got any strikes on this one yet, so this is purely just me being a slowpoke, too. Okay, we got it. Oh yeah, one feature I haven't mentioned, but I've been using a lot of, is you don't always have to just hit the B, just hammer the B button to select the color what you want. You've got kind of an eyedropper function where if you hit the fill in button on a square that's already filled, you'll just automatically select that color. So if I want to select... So it's really helpful for kind of dragging colors along. So here I want to spread out this blue here, so I can hit it to get that color, and then I can just kind of drag it along. Kind of like, you know, painting, just like in standard P-Cross. And we've made like a black hole or something, or a swirly galaxy type thing. Yeah, kind of space and just, yeah, space-related objects are the theme of this guy's puzzles. Space and food. Given how close we were to going to time there. Oh, no, here we go. Oh, we got the gimmick on this one, too. 4... Okay, so this is the same gimmick as the previous stage, where... So basically, the gimmicks you can get on this one is one of the... On one chapter, it changes the clues you get for the numbered squares, where so you can see the blue dotted outline around my cursor there tells you, oh, this number applies to adjacent panels only, where adjacent is up, down, left, right, or orthogonal only. There's one set of puzzles in this guy's chapter where it changes that so that the squares are actually 8 connected. And then you got one where you can have actually more than 5 colors in a row, so the color clues along the edges will actually overflow, and you can't see them all at the same time, because you can only fit... Yeah, it looks like 5 colors. There's only space for clues for 5 colors, and you'll have more than 5 colors in a row, so you'll have to, like, solve some stuff to reveal the other clues. It sounds awful, but it's all completely fair. You can still deduce the solutions to the puzzles from there. I wonder how it would change things, though, if you didn't get your helpful little dot there telling you that that a row has fewer than 10 squares to fill in. I guess it wouldn't matter, because you could just add up the numbers on the edge. It's just kind of a convenience thing. You can just see that this adds up to less than the number of squares in the row. It's kind of a convenience feature. Okay, let's see if we can speed solve this and get to the next game. What? Oh, tricky bastards. So that was a mark there because that one wasn't strictly deducible. It looks like it is because, oh, it's red-yellow here and there's no red in the row, but that is one of the... it's a dotted row and column, so this could have been empty. So yeah, we fucked that up. As far as I know, though, there's no benefit to, like, no in-game benefit or penalty to failing to get that, you know, proper deduction bonus at the end of every puzzle. Like, it'll tell you, hey, you didn't actually know that. You're either guessing or you deduced wrong. But yeah, the only thing that does is it gives you a permanent X on the puzzle list. So unless you're, like, OCD about going for 100% or something, which I actually am, I have, in fact, 100%ed this game before. Perfect scores on all puzzles. No misses, no guesses. It really is a unique system. I kind of wish that this style of puzzle became... What? Oh, fuck. I had like two ideas in my head and I got them mixed up there. But yeah, I wish that this became like a standard type of puzzle, like P-Cross, where we could just see a bunch of Hatena Satena style puzzles across a bunch of different games. Or even, you know, if we could have just gotten this one in English, so I could actually know what's going on with the story and stuff, since that appears to be a big part of the game. There being a bunch of unskippable cutscenes and all. But yeah, I have no idea how well known this game is in general. I've actually literally never seen anyone reference or discuss this anywhere on the internet. Like, it has a page on Game FAQs and Wikipedia and all that, where you can find out information about it, and sure enough, there are screenshots out there, YouTube videos, but other than that, I've never seen anyone just casually reference. There we go, so yeah, he opens it up, and or I guess that's more like a blob on the inside than a black hole, but yeah, he just sucks up food, splits his head in half, and sucks up the food. And it's kind of disgusting and creepy looking. Oh, you can actually see his neck kind of bulge out as the stuff, yeah, just pipes down in there, too. That's actually revolting. Oh yeah, also, if you go up to this heart thing, there seems to be some kind of affection system in place here that I think affects when you get those gifts unlocked. But again, I've never seen like a detailed rundown of the mechanics of this game, or just like a guide to playing it in English or anything, so still have no idea what's up with that. Actually, if you go to the puzzles in the center here, there are additional puzzles that you can unlock after you've cleared all of these, but yeah, if we want to go towards the really complicated puzzles, yeah, we could just check out all the ones in the list here. This one actually looks pretty simple. It's just big and huge, and we're not going to do it. We're going to move on to the next game here, which is Guru Logic Champ. I really like this game, just in terms of the unique puzzle mechanics, and just like as a game, or as a series of puzzles. I think this is probably my favorite, just in terms of being a very unique concept, and they're just really fun to solve. This game's also got a kind of a weird aesthetic to it that has its own certain grotesque charm to it, I'll say. Pretty sure this is a compile game. Oh yeah, sure enough, Compile 2001. They made a lot of cool little games like this during the GBA era. It seems weird to me how they went out of business all of a sudden, but... so we go into story mode here. And I guess champ doesn't mean champion in this game. Apparently champ is like the name of these weird little duck creatures that you see all over the game. Once again, you only get 5 characters to name yourself here. So this game also has kind of a story mode around it, but it's certainly much less story-driven than Hatena Satena. Basically, every chapter opens up with some kind of problem scenario, and then you'll solve puzzles, and then basically 2 cutscenes. You get an opening cutscene to lay out the problem, and then you get an ending cutscene on each chapter to show how the problem gets solved with the tools that you created using the puzzles. You know, I don't think I've ever actually taken the time to sit through this opening cutscene before. Yeah, I have actually never seen this before. Apparently that grass thing sticking out of his mouth is actually just stuck to the top of his beak. Oh, that seems not so bad. He's just upgrading all of our technology. Also, he's got an orange under his desk for some reason. Okay, so for some reason, him upgrading all of the champ's technology somehow involves these little eggshell ducks wandering around causing problems for people. It actually shocks me that this game has this much of a story and introduction and whatnot. None of this has anything to do with the story as I've seen it before in this game. Like once we actually get the game underway and start seeing the problems that we'll have to solve, none of this really seems necessary. But yeah, those are the champs. Or the logic champs, I guess. Okay, so someone needs help over by the faucet there. That's chapter 1. Whoops, I fucked this up. There's a way to run. Okay, yeah, you hit L and R to run around and select stuff faster. We got 10 puzzles here. Here's the problem. So that whole opening cutscene was just nonsense, and I'm not sure that I care for it. These scenes, however, I actually really like. These are pretty amusing. So this guy's jogging along and he needs some water, but someone's taken the handle to the pump. We must rescue him! And the way you do that is by solving these block puzzles here. So this has got a really unique puzzle mechanic here where you can basically spit out these blocks to fill in the missing spaces and complete the picture. Here you can see, unlike the other puzzle games I've shown off so far, this one isn't really difficult at all to figure out the rules or anything. The tutorial is actually very clear. So you see in the bottom left, it shows you the number of blocks you have. Oh yeah, he's just gonna steal all of my thunder. Just very clearly explain absolutely everything. You've only got enough blocks to fill in the puzzle, to fill in the missing puzzle squares. So you got to figure out how to but you can suck them up after you've placed them, and that's the basic mechanism of the game. Later on, we'll start to see special blocks that'll sort of complicate things. But that's the basic premise of the game right there. Again, we're going to start with some really... I really wish I would have prepared some save files so I could show off some of the more advanced puzzles. But yeah, that's puzzle number 1. Literally 2 seconds to clear that one. So one cool thing about this game is you don't it doesn't force you to solve every puzzle. So you see it takes 7 stars to unlock the final puzzle of this world. But there's 10 puzzles here, so we can actually, yeah, get away with clearing only 7 of them. Not that we're gonna get stuck this early on. Oh, I thought that would be a music note. This actually looks like some kind of weird onion. I guess if I could read basic Japanese, I could just read the word that tells us what that is. You're kind of denied a little bit of the fun that you have in P-Cross. Oh, here we gotta suck up the blocks before we use them. Where, like, in P-Cross, you're kind of slowly revealing the picture and you don't know what it is until you approach the end. Here you know what it is you're making. You just need to fill in the spaces. So here you actually have to kind of start thinking a little bit about what you do. So you place that down to create a backing to place that one, and then you can suck it up and place the other one. You do a lot of that sort of bootstrapping technique. It's kind of the most fundamental technique you'll use to solve puzzles in this game. Where you'll, lay down some blocks to create a backing, to place more blocks where you want them, and then suck up the ones you placed in the first place to finish the puzzle. Ooh. Okay, so this is just actually another one of these. Also, yeah, they don't actually give you the complete picture, I guess, in most of these puzzles. So there's often just no logical connection between the bits of the picture that you see and what it ends up being. Which is kind of the fun sometimes. Sometimes they'll have little jokes where the picture ends up being something surprising. Something you wouldn't have expected it to be. There's also apparently a battle mode in this game that I saw on the main menu. I have never messed around with that. Actually, I don't know about you guys, but yeah, just multiplayer on Game Boy was never a thing for me. Like, I have never link-cabled anyone for any video game ever in my life. Even Pokemon back in the day. That was kind of the big feature of Pokemon is, you know, link up and trade and all that, but what I actually did is I just bought another copy of the game and used my sister's Game Boy to transfer Pokemon from one version of the game to the other. And that is literally... And I bought a link cable too, just for that. I never actually played any Game Boy game or Game Boy Advance game multiplayer ever. But I got the link cable just to be able to transfer Pokemon using my sister's Game Boy. I had a cousin who played, who had a Game Boy Advance with Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, and one time he had the link cable, actually. Yeah, I guess I lied when I said I'd never linked up before. I linked up with him once to battle it out in Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. But it was really lopsided because his guys were way, way higher leveled than mine. Again, kind of sticky inputs in this game. common problem I find in these types of puzzle games. Thankfully, unlike stuff like Picross and Hatena Satena, there are no mistakes in this game, only happy accidents. But yeah, you can always just undo, just because of the way the logic works here, you can never get the puzzle into an unsolvable state, because you can always just reverse everything that you do. That's just kind of like the way the logic of the basic rules works out. If you put a block someplace, you can always just suck it up again. And then naturally there's always a twist at the end of all of these. So yeah, like I said, I really enjoy these little beginning and end of chapter cutscenes here. Makes the whole like introductory premise and all with the villain and the evil chaps just seem kind of unnecessary. Why can't we just have a game about helping people? Why does there have to be a villain? Oh, is he gonna take the doorknob? Oh, he's gonna lock it and take away the key. That really looks like a Yoshi's Island key. So I guess that's supposed to be a tie that he's got on there, but since he doesn't wear any other type of clothing, it kind of looks like that could be basically anything else. It could be like chest hair. It could be that he just has a really long braided beard. Beard, that's the word I'm looking for. So we need 18 to unlock this one. I think we're going to start to see some of the tricky puzzle elements here. Oh, guess not. Okay, so it starts out there. Wait, why is that even there, then? Why? I don't think you need that to solve the puzzle. Because you can just... Oh, yes, you do, because you need something in place to, yeah, to lock this one down. So actually, yeah, that does end up being necessary in the end. Yeah, because all of these other corner spaces are only accessible by laying down some backing, so you need an extra block and an extra place to put it that doesn't require support in order to solve it. I think instead of solving all of these puzzles, I'm just going to do the bare minimum for this world. Yeah, we're just going to do the bare minimum and clear out this world so I can show some of the later puzzles and some of the new special types of blocks that they'll introduce. I think there's only 2 special blocks in this game. Oops. Damn it, I have to redo that. Okay, that was not what I was expecting there. What's the target number here? 18? Okay, surely this has got to be some type of snail here, right? In general... In general, I think it's better to, yeah, try and leave the ones that are just the blocks that are trivially easy to fill in for last. So you kind of want to go from the center out most of the time. I can't tell if this is supposed to be like a loaf of bread, or I think that's the generic symbol for like a... Ooh. No, that's easy. The sound effects in this game are actually kind of annoying, I think. This is, again, pretty much every game I'm playing here today is the type that I would typically play with the volume muted, so I could play my own background music or podcasts or whatever I'm listening to. I feel like every puzzle game under the sun has this problem where it just takes too long to get to the interesting puzzles. Is this hard? No, it's not. For a second I thought this might be tricky, but it's actually pretty easy. Also, what the hell is this? Oh, it's like a handbag. I see it now. Okay, we got our 18, so we're just gonna clear out this world now. Oh, I didn't notice it last time. We've got, like, boss music or something here. Yeah, a lot of the time the solutions in this game are just, yeah, make a ridiculously long string of blocks to make your backing, and then just, yeah, suck them up again. You need the additional... In order to make interesting puzzles in this game, you need those extra types of special blocks, which is why I'm eager to advance forward to the point where we start seeing them. Hooray, we rescued Chaps again. What? Okay. Anyway, moving right along. So what's these guys' problem? That fish has, like, a smiley face drawn on it. Like, that's just 2 dots and a smiley face for a face, right? Oh, this one doesn't even involve the evil chaps. It's just, yeah, the fan won't work. Oh, man. Wait a second. No, this isn't a hard puzzle. For a second, I thought this would be a hard puzzle, but it's not. Again, though, yeah, one of those negative space puzzles, so at least they're kind of showing us something different here. Oh man, are they really going to make me go to stage 4 before we start seeing the really cool puzzles? Oh man. Well, that's fine. You guys can, yeah, play this game for yourselves and see them for yourself, I guess, if you're interested in seeing some of the cool stuff this game has in store. So one type of puzzle block that you get is you get rubber blocks, where instead of these standard, like, gray ones that you can just shoot stuff into it, you've got the rubber ones that you can't stack things against them. Like, you'll spit it out and then it instantly bounces back into your cannon. So you'll have, yeah, blocks that you can't lose, that you can't stack against, that restrict where you can put stuff. And then you've got holes. Yeah, little hole spaces where it just won't let you place in those holes. So like if we had a hole next to this gray block, you would just get an error message if you tried to place one in the hole. And those 2 special blocks combined can make for some really tricky puzzles. Speaking of which, Am I actually fucking this one up already? Nah, we're fine. So that's Guru Logic Champ. I like this game a lot, but even more so than the other games I've demonstrated on stream here. It really takes a little while to start seeing the really interesting puzzles. Or unless maybe, did they introduce it like in the middle of this one? Yeah, I should have probably prepared a save file so I could show off some of the advanced puzzles here. Anyways, so that's Guru Logic Champ.